Title: The Mighty Ink-Slinger. Richard Snyder, the unconventional publishing powerhouse, takes his final bow at 90. TLDR. In an era where TikTok rules and ebooks are as common as cat memes, let's take a moment to remember one of the dudes who made it all possible. Richard Snyder, the warrior king of the publishing world, just said his last word at the ripe old age of 90. This iconic visionary, whose reign saw Simon & Schuster's game-changing growth, breathed his last in LA. Now, who will rise to fill those ink-stained shoes? Way before we had Elon Musk making electric cars cooler than a polar bear's toenails, we had Richard Snyder, a different kind of visionary, who, instead of SpaceX, had the word spaces of Simon & Schuster under his command. His reign, marked by a period of expansion as legendary as a Marvel Cinematic Universe box set, ended on Tuesday at his home in LA, as confirmed by his son, Matthew Snyder. Aged 90, he left the world having shaped it in profound ways. But, dear reader, the question now becomes, what did he leave behind? Snyder, the man who once rubbed shoulders with celebs like former Princess Diane von Furstenberg at book launches, was no ordinary publisher. He was the Steve Jobs of the print world, turning Simon & Schuster into the iPhone of publishing houses during his time. But why did he matter, and what was so special about him, you ask? Let's rewind the reel for a hot second and take a peek into the past. Riding the wave of growing corporate power in the late 20th century, Snyder was an enigma in a suit. Imagine being in a world where books were not instantly downloadable, but a commodity only a select few could produce and distribute. It was in this world that our protagonist made his mark, redefining the concept of publishing powerhouse. Snyder's tenure saw the rise of Simon & Schuster from a quaint publishing house to a leading force in the industry. He didn't just help write the book on modern publishing, he published it. Dick Snyder led Simon & Schuster through some of its most storied and eventful years, Matthew Snyder said. But now, the pages have turned. The man has closed the book on a life well lived and a legacy that will continue to resonate through the hallowed halls of Simon & Schuster. So, what's next, readers? Snyder's exit leaves a gaping hole in the heart of the publishing world, and his towering presence will be missed. But who will step up to the plate in this era of TikToks and tweets? Can there be another Snyder in a world now so different, or will the literary landscape forever bear the mark of his indelible ink? But most importantly, we ask you, in a digital world where anything can be published with the click of a button, how do we uphold the legacy of publishing powerhouses like Richard Snyder? And more controversially, should we? Disclaimer: this article is meant to provide information and provoke thought. It does not offer advice or recommendations. The views expressed are not those of Turned Up News. Please remember, it's important to consider a variety of perspectives before drawing conclusions or making decisions.